Okay, we should be live. Uh, Let me know if you can hear my voice. I always do a mic check to make sure if you can hear my voice. Can you hear my voice? Let me know if you can hear my voice, everybody. Hope y'all are having a good night tonight. Okay, you can hear me. Whoa, here come all the here come all the messages. Hope y'all are having a good night tonight. Episode 100's in the books. Let me go ahead and hit the promotion there and let everybody know what's up. Okay. All right. Welcome everybody to the live stream. We're hanging out tonight talking about Super Episode 100. Hope y'all are having a really good day here. I'm gonna start the real conversation slash discussion whatever here once the chat gets more filled up here. You know, a lot of people in there right now. I'm waiting to see if the video popped up on. Let me check real quick if the video. Oh, I can't do that. Hang on. Oh, I logged into my other YouTube account. I can't do that right now. The World of Geekdom account. Let me get back in. We already have a super chat. Let me scroll up. Mecha saying Kale's transformation is triggered by jealousy. Well, remember, jealousy is like pretty much love and hate at the same time, like Drake once said. So I mean, there is that. You know what I'm saying? That is a truism here. I'm gonna put the chat. I'm gonna put the chat here on the so you guys can see it. All right, right there. You should be able to see the chat. Hope y'all are having a good one. Like I said before. Waiting for more people to come in here. So I want to talk real quick about something non-Dragon Ball for just a moment, if you guys will bear with me here. Let me mute myself here. Okay, not mute myself, but so I want to talk about the Chester Bennington thing because I've seen a lot of people comment about this, and I've seen a lot of people comment about what's been going on with Chester and whatnot. The lead singer of Linkin Park who committed suicide. I just wanted to real quick before we get into Dragon Ball Super, just bear with me. I want to talk about Chester for a minute. I just wanted to explain to you guys because I know some of you guys may or may not know this because I didn't know it for a long time, but depression's a very serious thing. And thank you, Mr. Toby, for your donation. And if you're out there and you have depression, just understand that there is a way out. There is a way out, and don't ever think that there is no way out. What happened with him is a very serious thing, and if you know somebody who has depression, try your absolute best to be there for them as best you can. And if you have depression, reach out, talk to somebody, and get help. Depression is not like, oh, I'm sad or I'm having a bad day. No, clinical depression pretty much means that you have low dopamine levels. It means that your serotonin, your dopamine levels in your brain are they're not balanced correctly, right? And so what happens is that when you have unbalanced serotonin and dopamine levels, you it causes you to kind of be irritated and jittery and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where, like, I'm just saying, like treat it as a serious thing. If you know somebody who is depressed, treat it seriously because it's not what you think. It's not just, oh, so and so is sad. That it's far beyond that. It's a serious condition. So I just wanted to say that as we open up this stream here. I didn't do like a tribute video or anything because he's not. Tons of celebrities have died, and I don't do tribute videos to all of them, just a couple. But it is a serious thing, so we should take it seriously. Now let's talk about Dragon Ball Super. I want to have a discussion with you guys. I'm going to really be interactive with the chat this time. I'm going to be asking questions and getting your feedback. Okay. I want to talk about this complaint, which on the surface is a bit valid, but I think it's unique. It's not 100%. It's something that it doesn't bother me, but it is a valid complaint. I want to have a discussion about the Well, first of all, this video or this stream is going to have spoilers for the episode. So if you haven't seen Dragon Ball Super episode 100, like if you haven't seen that yet, you know, definitely hop on that. It's been up for about 3 hours now. So you should have been able to see it from Verve or Crunchyroll, wherever you watch it, Daisuke, wherever. Anyways, in the episode, I covered it in my review. Kale and Goku fight. Kale does her Super Saiyan Berserk. Goku goes to blue, does the Kamehameha. Kale walks right through the Kamehameha. Now, a lot of people are very upset about this. Like, a lot of people were very, very mad because of the Kale Goku fight. And a lot of them were saying, oh, this is BS, this is BS. And okay, like, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. If you think it is, I get it. Here's the thing, all right? There's been a lot of different theories about Super Saiyan Blue. The SSJ4 guy's water tank theory is a big one. I did a debunk on it. Then he went back and he did a remake of it, and he actually fixed a lot of the errors, which, you know, was very well done. So check him out for sure. You know, thank you, Jameson, for your donation and what you said. I respect that. So the idea of Goku fighting in a suppressed form, Super Saiyan Blue suppressed, is a definite reality. I mean, that is a fact. Goku is fighting Kale in suppressed SS Blue, right? And the thing is that everybody in this tournament is suppressed. Like right here, for example, Game Lounge 78 in the chat says, I think Goku held back a lot of power, and he did. He definitely did hold back a lot of power. But they all do this, because remember, the thing about this tournament, same thing with the last one, is that killing is not allowed. You have to always remember that. And you have to always remember that with these tournaments, you're never going to see these dudes going all out, because if they do go all out, they'll kill somebody. They'll literally kill someone, right? Like, and that's the thing. Even when Jiren blasted her in this episode away and she flew back down, that he wasn't going all out at all. Like, he was not going all out. So it's one of those things where, you know, people are complaining about, oh, so Goku, that's bullshit that Kale walked through the Kamehameha. It really isn't, because number one, we don't know how strong Kale is. We've already discussed before about Universe 6 Saiyans, and we've discussed their, you know, their abilities. And by the way, thank you for the donation, sir. Let me see who that was. Actually, it flew by way too fast for me to keep up. My bad. Brian Blankenship and Jake E. I'm going to get to your questions in a minute, but I wanted to address that Piccolo does state, and that's what Brian was saying, Piccolo does state that Piccolo states that Kale cannot control her power. So it's implied that this Kale is very, very strong, very raged out, but it might not be her absolute strongest, because remember, in Dragon Ball, to achieve your absolute maximum power, it's a lot more than just anger. It takes a lot more than anger, right? So, still, her at her max power was able to tank a blue Kamehameha. Number one, Goku was absolutely 100% suppressed. 100% suppressed, without question. That's number one. And number two, it's one of those things where obviously he was not in Kaioken. He wasn't using his max power. And number three, and I think most importantly, is this idea. I know a lot of folks don't like it. I just think that it doesn't bother me. It just doesn't bother me that much. But if it bothers you, I understand. Like, I respect that. I really do. The idea of the Universe 6 Saiyans being so strong. Like, the fact that Cabba, Caulifla, and Kale were able to power up so strongly and do so well against Universe 7. We've all sat through, you know, 291 episodes of Dragon Ball Z, 153 of Dragon Ball, and we've seen it take forever for Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Goten, Trunks to achieve these transformations, and the Universe 6 people are, you know, getting it so fast. So a lot of people are saying, oh, like, a lot of people are saying, damn, like, this doesn't make sense. But like I've covered before, you know, I've said it before, the Universe 6 Saiyans are implied to evolve differently. Not even implied. I think it's outwardly stated they evolve differently. I did a couple streams about this, and I did a video with MJ, with Geek List, about it. And it's one of those things where, like, it's one of those things where I don't have a problem with it. Like, I really don't. Like, honestly, I don't have a problem with it. I can't say that if you have a problem with it, it's fine. Because at least there's an explanation. Like, the idea that Frieza, right? Think about Resurrection F for a second. Frieza on Namek went from not being able to beat Super Saiyan Goku, who was already beat up, by the way. We went through the androids, the Cell Saga, the Buu Saga. We go to all this other stuff, right? And then Frieza literally hops over all these villains and becomes beyond Super Saiyan God, at least, right? And that right there was an ass pull. Like, the idea that, this guy Frieza's a prodigy. He can just train and he can get this strong. You know, that right there is already like a little bit of BS. You see what I'm saying? Like, that right there is already BS. So, you know, but it didn't... Okay, the explanation they gave us for Frieza, right, about him being a prodigy, I'm going to be honest, I didn't like that. I did not like that. But at least it was an explanation. I'm not saying it's a good one. I'm saying at least there was one. Then we have, of course, the Goku Black stuff. How did Goku Black get so strong? I mean, he's sitting there fighting Goku in Super Saiyan 2, the first fight. Then later on, you know, Rose is like tanking Vegeta and Goku. So it's one of those things where I don't let that kind of stuff bother me because Super's been very inconsistent with power scaling. In fact, even the Buu arc, if you think about it, has a lot of inconsistencies, with power scaling. So it doesn't bother me that much. In fact, let me look at some of these super chats here, because Mr. Toby 1018 writes, I think the power scaling aspect of DBS should be somewhat ignored. Instead, people need to replace power scaling with entertainment instead of people can do that. I don't think too many people will hate the show. Well, I do think that power scaling is somewhat important so that you understand who's stronger than who, because that's a very important thing about Dragon Ball. Seth the Programmer and I talked about that a couple weeks ago on my channel. But at the same time, you can't just, like, hate the show over just that. I mean, if you do, then I don't even know why you're even in here, because this is not going to be an anti-super, you know, stream. But it's one of those things where you just have to kind of, I don't want to say you have to accept it, but, you know. Pablo, you're asking me to break down episode 101 break preview. I do that every Sunday, man. I mean, I guess it is Sunday where I live right now, early morning, but you'll have that video up tomorrow, so no worries on that. We'll break that down here tomorrow. So I wanted to say that, like, you know, the idea of the Universe 6 Saiyans being so strong, I think is a better explanation. My opinion, better explanation than Frieza jumping everybody. I really think that. I really do believe that. Like, Sauron the Deceiver in the chat says Caulifla going SS2 is bullshit. I mean, it might be, but you have to think about it. Like, the Universe 6 Saiyans evolve differently, so getting these forms to them is probably easier. In some ways, I would be willing to say that the Universe 6 Saiyans are probably stronger than the Universe 7 Saiyans as far as potential goes. I mean, the show has constantly told us this. I don't think it's bullshit if the show has told us this. Now, if you think that it's a bullshit explanation, cool. But I think at the same time, it's like, come on. It doesn't bother me. If it bothers you, that's cool. Thank you, Gaza Nation. Thank you, Dark Snow. He writes, Hit said he sensed a disturbing presence before Kale change. Who could that be? I think he was talking about Kale and the power coming out, but I could be wrong. Thank you, Ryua Kumaken1. Thank you, Zipanaut. He writes, Universe 6's plans definitely let Goku fight the strong guys. I think Hit knows that all too well. I didn't even pick up on that. I completely did not pick up on that. Now, Greg writes that he's in the chat right now, and he's writing about how it's possible that Kale's Berserk form can absorb energy. I don't know if there's enough evidence on that yet. I like your idea. That would be cool. I don't know if there's enough, you know, energy or evidence. Excuse me. I'm gonna be asking the chat a question here in just a moment. Okay. Yes, Gohan fanboy. I do know where Brandon, Florida is. I can drive there. It's right next to where I live. It's like east of Tampa where I live. Eddie Fernandez says, what do you think about the Zamasu Zeno theory? Geeklist TV did a whole video about the Zamasu versus Zeno theory. For those who don't know, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, there was a theory. I think he's the one who invented it, actually. There's a theory that future Zamasu, when he absorbed the entire multiverse, that when Zeno appeared, as he blew up the multiverse of the future, that future Zeno somehow possessed... I'm sorry. future Zamasu, future Zamasu, you know what I'm talking about, that he somehow possessed Zeno, right? And he somehow possessed Zeno, and that the Zeno that we have now, the Omni King of the future, is actually future Zamasu pretending to be Zeno. I don't think so. I don't think that's the case. I really don't. It's just a cool theory and a way to bring Zamasu back as the main villain of Super, I guess. But I don't think so. Not enough evidence. Again, there has to be more evidence. The thing about our community is that the word theory does get thrown around a lot, even by people like me. And the way that the word theory is applied 99% of the time is usually incorrect. What I mean by that is, when you have a theory, it's not a fan fiction. Like if you're going to do a theory about an arc coming up or a villain turning evil like Jiren, or I'm sorry, the angels, you don't, that's not really a theory. That's more so just speculation. That's more so, a guess, a hypothesis. A theory takes a lot of data that we currently have and puts it together to come up with a conclusion that makes logical sense. In the field of science, the word theory is very, 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 very serious, right? Very serious. So when you think about that, right, it's one of those things where a lot of the theories will require a lot of thought and planning and things like that. And right now, there's a lot of theories that can be thrown around, but none of them have any real merit. But I will say this, though, as long as, or as I'm sorry, let me say that again. I will say this: the more this Dragon Ball Super continues, the more I start to believe that the angel Grand Priest may actually be evil. So I mean, we're getting more hints of it. It was just a stupid thought a few months ago. Now there's actually something to it. So thank you, Connor McLeod. He writes, Kale was weak from her power burst when Jiren KO'd. Yes, I think that might be. That's a good idea. That's a good theory as well. She went all out. She unleashed tons of energy, tons of ki blasts, and then thank you, Totomani. And then she freaking probably got tired. I mean, and Deuce 1048 in the chat writes, Kale's power constantly increases like Broly's too. She has to expel all that energy. Yeah, her power overflows, right? So I like the idea that she kind of like Trunks does rage, and then her rage only has a finite time period. Sort of like how Super Saiyan 3 is... when you use Super Saiyan 3, or at least back in the day, you had to beat your opponent quickly because the stamina in that form had problems. Now, I do believe, and again, this is a theory, this is not confirmed, I do believe that in the years following the Buu arc before Battle of Gods, that Goku did master SS3 and was able to overcome that wall. I think he did, because I feel like 4 years is plenty of time. But still, it's one of those things where, it's whatever. Those things don't really bother me. I mean, they really don't, because Dragon Ball Super seems to have moved past SS3 completely, even though it was mentioned in tonight's episode. Let's see here. Angel Martinez, or Angel, hey, Geekdom, do you think Kale will be able to control her power at some point during the tournament? I think what I would love to see happen, I mentioned this in my review, how I would love to see in the future Goku and Kale have some kind of like connection, and Caulifla. Goku and Caulifla mostly, but really both saying all the Saiyans, because I like the idea of Goku being the bigger brother to Caulifla, and then maybe even Kale. Like, just the idea of a female Broly teaming up with Goku. I know there's tons of fans out there who are Broly fans who have wanted Broly to team up with Goku. Like, that's like a dream. Like how strong that tag team would be, right? And they could do it with Kale, and I think Goku might help her at some point in the future control, her power. I really do think so. Let's move on to some of these super chats here, and then I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some questions I want to have answered in the chat. I want to ask you questions, and it's going to be yes or no answers. Yes or no questions. You know what I'm saying. Big D Money, $2. Thank you for that. It was best Goku going blue than SS3. What do you think? Yeah, I agree. Gary Gould, thank you. Rodney Rosario, Frieza equals geekdom equals Cuban equals UFC. Yoel Romero, Frieza's strength makes sense if you follow his formula. That's funny. Yeah, actually, Yoel Romero is not my favorite Cuban fighter. And then again, neither is Hector Lombard. So, I don't know. Yoel Romero is better than Hector Lombard, to be honest with you. But I am looking forward to Jones versus Cormier, too. I'm going to be honest with you, and this is for all you UFC fans out there. I know there's a lot of you. I don't think Cormier is going to win. Like, even though John Jones is kind of a dick, Cormier is, dude, John Jones is really good. I mean, he's never looked, except for the Alexander Gustafsson fight, where I actually thought he lost that fight. He's never looked that bad at all, ever. So I think Cormier is going to get smoked. I hate to say it, but I think so. The villain will win that one, folks. Dilla John. Let me get a little drink here, folks. A little sip of tea for the working man. Shout outs to all the working men and women out there paying them gimmicks in the mail called bills. And I will say that I very much am happy that some of you guys are on vacation. You know, I am very happy about that. Let me ban someone here. Well, I was trying to ban them. They might have already been banned. So, somebody's saying, thank you for calling out anime live reaction for clickbaiting. I never did that. Whatever. I like John. I don't know what they're talking about. Anyways, I mean, if you think he does, that's between you and him, bro. Anyways, Dilla John. Let's get to these super chats here. Hey, Geekdom, my first time on your stream so far, loving it. Thank you so much, bro. Anyways, bro, Frieza. We're not taking him for reals. Frieza destroyed Vegeta's world and killed Goku's father. Vegeta's father next. We need to pay attention to him. Well, I mean, obviously, if you look at my avatar, brother, I've always paid attention to Frieza. And I do have several, not one, several videos coming up about Frieza. In fact, I found a new friend, Nitori, who I really like her a lot. She has this whole fucking, guys. So Nitori, and she has a friend too. There's two of them. They're all going to come on my channel. There's this crazy theory about how Frieza may ascend into God of Destruction power, and her theory actually kind of makes sense and ties into what the theory of the angels is. It's really, really good stuff, and I'll be bringing her onto the channel very, very soon. And you guys, I'm telling you, like, she blew my mind. You guys are going to love that discussion. It's going to be one of those one-picture classic podcast-style discussions. So if you're on the bus or at the gym, you can listen to it. Or if you're playing a video game, I'm telling you, bro, this girl is really smart. And if she nails this one, bro, she will be the greatest prognosticator in the history of our community, dude, because she rocked it. She rocked it. Raymond McKay, thank you. Jake E., thank you for your very, very generous donation. Whis reads Vegeta's mind. My question is, why didn't he read Frieza's mind when he was thinking about betraying Universe 7? I don't have an answer for you. Maybe Frieza has a way to prevent that. You know, maybe he does. I don't know. I mean, you would think that if he can read minds, he can do anything. Remember when Goku could read minds in the Namek Saga? He could do that back then. Romeo E., what do you think about when Vegeta asked himself if Kale's form was a Saiyan's true form? I mentioned that in my review. It's just them kind of playing around with the audience. They don't want to say legendary, so they're going to say that. Zippanaut, hit versus Jiren stare off. Goku chimes in the hit, says, now ours chants and disappears. There's definitely a plan from Universe 6. Yeah, I don't know what that really meant. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing Goku and Universe 6 is going to all team up against Universe 11. So I do think that there's something to that. But I think, again, we need more information. Rapture of Scion, would you like to see Gohan versus Kaba? Yes. Yes, I would. I actually would love to see, by the way, thank you, Full-Time Slacker, for taking care of that for me. I would love to see Gohan versus Kaba. That would be amazing. That would be fantastic. That would be something that I would totally love to see. I think we need to see it because he's like sort of like Kaba, you know. Raymond McKay, the potential argument is BS because both Goku and Vegeta are getting strong, which means they have not reached their full potential. Well, Raymond, I don't think it's complete BS, bro, because Vegeta said in the previous arc, or actually 2 arcs ago, that they're close to maxing out their power. I think that might be BS. I think that might be BS. I think you're right on that. Because Vegeta did say that, and I'm not buying it because Vegeta himself, let's remove Goku from the equation for just one moment. Vegeta himself has gotten so much stronger now than he was during the Universe 6 tournament. With all the Zenkai he had in the Future Trunks arc, and all the fights he had with Goku Black, where he was losing and then coming back and kicking his ass, there's definitely something there, you know, without question. Eddie Fernandez, will Gohan get a transformation power up in this arc? I don't know. I can't predict the future. Maybe. I don't know. I think he's going to use that ultimate form a lot, is what I'm thinking. Okay, so here's the question I have for the chat, all right? Here is the question. Thank you from Croatia. Matja Koleric. I screwed your name up. Thank you for your support. Thank you, Lead Metallic. I'm going to call you Lead Metallic. Not Metallic, Metallic. This has that. So here's the question for you guys. I want to get in the chat. This is a yes or no question. Here's the yes or no question. I'm going to ask a couple, but here's the first one, all right? I want you guys to just reply yes or no, all right? Does the Universe 6 power scale compared to Universe 7 bother you or ruin your enjoyment of the show? Just hit me with a yes or no. And there's going to be a little bit of a lag, so I'm still waiting for some answers here. You know, you guys are going to be getting more, more stuff here. Let me check my stream here. Okay, it's going by pretty good. Again, yes or no. Let me know if it bothers you. Okay, we're seeing yeses, nos. Lots of no's. Okay, a lot of people aren't. Yes. Wow, very polarizing. Very polarizing. No, 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 yes. No, 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 no. I'm seeing more no's than yeses. Because the thing about Dragon Ball... Whoa, okay, this is getting too much for me to keep up with. Dude, it's literally like... Yo, it's literally like right down the middle right now. Lots of no's. See, the thing about Dragon Ball is, even though I definitely think that people like Seth the Programmer, whether you like him or not, should be in our community because he is very intelligent. I really do think Seth is very smart. We need people like him around, and MJ and Laughingstock Media, because power scaling is important. I don't think it should ruin the enjoyment of the show. I really don't. I don't think it should ruin the show for you. But I get why it would, because like if you're watching a work of fiction and you get pulled out of it, like you lose that suspension of disbelief, it can ruin a show. It's like when you watch wrestling, for example, which we all know is fake, and they're telling you it's fake on the TV show. Like, I don't like that. I don't like when they do that kind of stuff, you know. When we go see Avengers, we don't have like we don't have Josh Brolin and, Robert Downey winking as Iron Man is fighting Thanos. We don't have that, so I don't want that either. This isn't that bad, but I understand the suspension of disbelief aspect of it. Gustavo Bravo, hello Geekdom, keep up the good job. Your videos give me more knowledge of Dragon Ball. Thank you. I want to do more videos about like the intricacies of Dragon Ball. It's just hard because there's so much super stuff going on right now. We're at the hot point of this arc. It's really hard for me to do historical stuff because there's so much to talk about every week, and I don't want to bombard you guys with 14 videos a week. It's just not what I do. I can do it. A few other YouTubers do that. I just don't want to throw that many videos. Like, my idea behind my channel is I want to give you 1, maybe 2 videos a day at most. Sometimes 3 if we have like a busy day, so that if you come home from work or school and you're stressed out, you watch the video, you feel better about it. You talk about Dragon Ball. That's what I'm here to do. It's escapist entertainment. That's why I personally don't talk about like politics and things like that on Twitter or on my videos, because my job is to make you forget the world. For at least the 7 to 15 minutes you're watching me, just forget the problems you have, forget the world, and just come into my world, or come into the world of Dragon Ball, and then we go from there. Then over on World of Geekdom, I have very real topics, very real things there. You see what I'm saying, that we talk about. So, do you think Kale and Hit are the strongest in their universe? Actually, I do. I think that, I just want to say that, I do think Kale and Hit are the strongest. Max Conway says, do you think it'll end with one man standing? No, I think it'll be a few, and they're going to have sudden death. That's my prediction. Could be wrong on that, though. Shibui, thank you for your donation. If Universe 6 or 7 get erased, doesn't that mean that the Super Dragon Balls are erased? I don't know. It's never said. But I do not know if that's the case. You would think so. Here's the big question. All right, let's I'm gonna throw this one at you guys. Holy Dream, thank you for donation. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Let me hit you guys with this question. All right, I want to talk to Vexby. Thank you for donation. I'm gonna get to your question momentarily, Vexby, man. Give me a few, but I wanted to ask you guys this question. All right. Obviously, we know that the Super Dragon Balls. Okay, the Dragon Balls of Namek and of Earth are only as strong as their creator, right? So, what does that tell you? Well, would it not make sense if the creator of the Super Dragon Balls is still alive somewhere? Me and Real to Real, I've talked about this, about the Zalama storyline they have in their back pocket. Because obviously the Super Dragon has to get his power from somewhere. Is it from the Omni King? Is it from another being? Or is it not the case? So I want you guys to comment in the chat. Let me know. Do you think I'm out of my mind? Do you have any idea? Do you think that this character will be coming in the future? Because obviously the Super Dragon Balls, we know they were created by this mysterious dragon god named Zalama or Zarama. We have not seen this character yet. Do you think we'll see the character? And do you think that the character will have impact? And do you think it'll become an arc? Because that's another one they have in their back pocket. So I'm just getting a little sip of tea here while I wait for your answer. I'm back, by the way, here. Vexby, why does Goku think... God, that's a lot of yeses. I'm just looking right here. No, yes. Who do you think will eliminate Toppo? I think Gohan will do it. My opinion. Zalama's a Namekian god. No. No. Hold on. Don't get it twisted. You're confused. Zalama is not a Namekian. Okay, wait. He might be a Universe 6 Namekian, but he's not a Universe 7 Namekian. Remember, the Namekians shaved the Super Dragon Balls to create the Namekian Balls. So, he's not a Namekian. For those of you who are joining us new here, first of all, welcome to the live stream. I just want to say again, I want to reiterate what I said earlier. Everybody is suppressing their power in the tournament. So Kale walking through a blue Kamehameha. Number one, Kale's very strong. That's just how it is. Number two, Kale, Goku's suppressing his ki. That's obvious because everybody's suppressing their ki. Everybody is. So Vexby writes, why does Goku think he can fight Jiren when he one-shotted Kale and Goku couldn't scratch Kale? That's the question that I'm asking. That is a question that I am asking. I can't make a poll for the top right, bro. I can't do that. It's a live stream. Can't do that right now. Jiren looked so impressive this week that I legit don't even have a clue as to how this dude's going to be stopped. Who can stop this guy? Which, again, this is why I do believe that Goku and Jiren are going to eliminate themselves. They're going to double eliminate themselves out of the ring. I do believe that. And I think that the winner will be somebody else. Steven Alvarez, bro, 4 androids we made in a cave beat early SSJ. Yes, I agree with that. I mean, Dragon Ball's always been wacky like that, dude. Remember, we're supposed to believe that a couple of teenagers were genetically modified by an old scientist and were strong enough to defeat a Super Saiyan, which could defeat the great power of the universe at the time, who could defeat Frieza the Emperor, right? Like, it's Dragon Ball, brother. It's Dragon Ball. That's just how it is, you know? Majin Buu is a demon. We could believe that one. You can believe a demon could knock out a Super Saiyan. This is a ethereal, freaking omnipresent, I'm using the wrong words, aren't I? You know what I'm saying. Demon. But fucking artificial human? Come on now. Hero to Hero. First time on live chat, watch all your vids. Do you think they will showcase Vegeta's red to blue hair change his turn of power? No, that's a manga exclusive thing. I do not think that's going to happen in the anime. Matal Batelik, thank you for your donation. Travis Buck, what if it comes down to a 4-way tie between universes 2, 6, 7, and 11? I don't think it's going to happen like that, man. I could see a 3-way tie between 6, 7, and 11, or 7 and 11 a tie there. I don't know, but maybe Universe 2 is the dark horse. You know? And Mystic Night Core is right. Like, Goku is definitely going to hold off, you know, is definitely holding back for later. So, Zaku Gurlin, thank you for your donation. Raymond McKay. What I meant is Universe 6's base power is stronger than Universe 7 because they have flourished, but their potential is still similar to Universe 7, not overall greater. Well, you seem to know what the hell you're talking about, bro, because I agree with that. And I think maybe I'm the one using the wrong word here. You know what I mean? I think I might be. Because, yes, I think Universe 6 base power is stronger. But I don't know, because it seems like their potential to discover new power is higher than that of Universe 7. Hero X Primal. Goku thinks he can take on Jiren because he can go completely all out without fear of killing him, whereas he had to hold back for Kale. Maybe. I would like to hear Goku say that. If he said that, I missed the episode. I missed it in the episode. You know, this episode was way too much for me to handle, man. I have to watch it a few more times. But it could be. Connor McLeod, can we talk for a second about how the yard drag guy that was so hype was taken out like I told you, Brony? Thanks, Akira, another one. Well, here's the thing. I don't think that the yard drag guy was hyped that much. Like, I think the community, I think people like myself, maybe not so much me. I did more of like a historical theory kind of thing with Real to Real. But Anime Live Reactions and a few other people definitely hyped this dude up. And I remember I saw his tweet about how he was bummed out the dude didn't do anything. He has not been eliminated yet, but Anime Live Reaction did a pretty good video about the yard drag. But yeah, I don't think he was taken out. I did not see him get eliminated. I think Goku just beat him. I didn't see him actually go out. He can teleport. So I think he might have more to do later. You know, and it's one of those things where, you know, I don't know, man. The yard drag guy is he's still there. But he's not gonna be that strong. Remember, those guys are not that powerful. So, yeah. So let me see where we're at here as far as sub counts go, because I might actually hit 300,000 live on the air here. Which, if I am about to hit it, holy shit, I'm 13 away. I am 13 away from 300,000. Do you think Hit versus Jiren will happen? I do. In fact, I think that Hit is going to become the jabroni of Jiren. By the way, folks, if I don't get to your question, just please forgive me on that. There's way too much stuff going on in the chat, and I have to look at the super chat. I gotta look at the stream, and we're looking at a lot of things. What I'm trying to tell you, so a lot of stuff going on here. Let me answer that real quick. Hang on a sec here. That super chat question I just got. Can I get a birthday collab with you to impress my friends? My birthday's in 28. Don't worry about the money. It's been a subs. You were the epitome of geekdom. Well, I'm gonna be kind of somewhat off the grid for a while. I'll still have videos going up, so it's gonna be tough for me to actually get anything done with anybody. Plus, the thing about collaborations with me is that I have to get to know the person first. I've been burned a few times on collabs before. Like, if there's people who I've done collabs with, you know, in the past that you haven't seen for a long time, it doesn't mean I have beef with them at all. That's not what it means. Nor does it mean that they're never coming back. It could just be that, you know, we've been busy. Like, for example, Hail Xeon, that's my boy. We talked last week on the phone. That's not what it is. But there are some people who have appeared on my channel who are never going to come back because they burned me. That's just how it is. And I'm not saying no names. So forget it. I'm not saying no names. So as far as collabs go, I don't collab people who I don't know. I'm sorry to tell you that. I don't really know you, Holy Dream, but I do hope you have a great birthday, and maybe someday in the future we can. It just depends on, I have to get to know you, you know. That's all. It's like, I'm like a girl, bro. Listen, this is going to sound wacky, but hear me out. I'm like that. I'm like a girl, right, who kind of likes you, but she's not willing to give it up yet. You got to make me feel comfortable first, right? Make me feel comfortable. Take me out on a few dates, not literally, right? And then maybe I'll warm up to you. But right now I'm being very, 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 very cautious of who I collab with. So that's all I'm saying. But if I get to know people and I like them, let's do it, man. We become friends. It's all about chemistry. The worst thing ever is to bring somebody on the channel who's like, we don't have any chemistry. You know what I'm saying? So let's see here. Husky Fitness Gaming. Goku didn't beat the Yardrat. Caulifla was the one who knocked him away, and he flew out of the ring on screen. I missed that. I completely missed that. Completely missed it. Yes, I do like Expert Games. I want to bring him back on the channel. I got to pick the right topic because Expert Games is a fun guy. I'll never be on his channel because his video is too short for it unless he upgrades his internet. Then I'll be on there. We'll talk. But yeah, Expert Game's cool. But I just want to say, to answer your question, Husky, I missed that completely. I completely missed the yard rat getting eliminated. Completely. Please forgive me on this. Sometimes the community is too quick to freaking crucify me on things like this. I did not see him getting thrown out. So, thank you, Nervous One, for your donation. That's a funny way you spelled that. All right, we did it. We are at 300,000. Whoa, we are at 300,000. I'm gonna see. Let's see if I can move the damn. Let me see if I can move the Social Blade thing over to show you guys. We hit 300 live on the air. There it is. Oh, I just lost one. Boo. That's probably one of y'all trying to fuck with me. Wait a minute. I just lost. Boo. No, but anyways, thank you so very much, man. We did it live on the air. That's crazy. I don't even know what to tell you. I never thought it could happen, but hey, man, I just lost 2 more. Now people are fucking with me on purpose. Oh, I lost 2 more. It's all good, though. No, thank you so very much. It's crazy, man. We started doing this thing a couple years ago. I wanted to bring accurate, truthful information and do something that nobody else has done on YouTube when it comes to Dragon Ball. And we did it, and I'm very proud of what we've done here on the channel. And, yeah. All right. This guy's getting banned. Don't try to instigate beef. It's not going to happen. So please don't instigate beef, bro. Anyways, back to what we're talking about. Now people are fucking with me now. Oh, it just dropped all the way down. I just lost come on, bro. I just lost 20 subs. Now they're coming back up again. People, okay, no, no, you know what? Y'all are screwing around with me. Y'all are trolls, man. All right, let me get back to what I was doing here. Mateo Batelic, he says, the Universe 6 Saiyan problem isn't the easy SS forms. It's the characters themselves. If they were more interesting, there would be less outrage. One of the problems with Dragon Ball Super, all right, one thing I will tell you about Dragon Ball Super that I think is a problem is the fact that these characters don't get development, man. They don't get development. This does piss me off. This is a problem. This is an issue, okay? We get introduced to all these guys like Hit, Botamo Magetta. We get a little bit of development, Kale, whatever. And then that's it. That's it. We don't get anything else. And I'm just kind of I want more. I want to know more about these people. I want to know more about them. So I agree. That is one major flaw of Dragon Ball Super is that I feel like they aren't really, Dragon Ball Z was too slow. Dragon Ball Super's too fast. They got to take their time. They got to do side episodes. They got to show us about Caulifla and Kale and show their adventures and show us more about the history of the Universe 6. I want to see that. I want to see it. Let's see here. I'm looking at these super chat questions. Thank you, Dice VH. Who's sexier, Caulifla or Kale from Trill? I think Caulifla's sexier. She got that thickness. Fire Trainer Cyan. Or is it Cyan? Goku didn't beat the Yardrat, it was Caulifla. No, I know. I didn't see that. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying earlier. I did not see that. I did not see Caulifla beat the Yardrat. I completely missed him getting eliminated. Completely missed it. So, there you go. It just completely went over my head. Brad says, I have a question. What's the deal with that universe that only had 8 fighters, but there was a presence that I think Piccolo felt? What do you think those 2 Invisible Fighters deal is? I don't know. Yes, there's... You're thinking of Universe 4? Was it? It might have been Universe 4 or Universe 3. I think it was 4. And, by the way, Hikora Shin wants to know about who can beat Saitama in Dragon Ball. Most characters can in the Dragon Ball world, but in the Saitama world, it just depends. Inter-anime battles are hard to figure out. Thank you for the kind words, by the way. Anyways, back to what we're talking about. So, we're going to find out who those fighters are. Remember, here's the thing about this tournament, folks, that we have to always keep in mind. This thing is just beginning. There are so many plot threads they haven't even touched on yet. They haven't touched on, the plot thread of the Teletubby, Ribrianne from Universe 2. We have that in our back pocket. We have that. We have the storyline of those 2 mysterious fighters. We haven't seen anything from them yet. We haven't seen too much from Hit yet. We haven't seen too much from... I mean, there's a lot, dude. Like, Universe 10 has more fighters that we haven't seen yet. There's a lot of storylines still coming, you know. Let's see here. Power Blower 99. Congrats. And GT greater than Super, greater than the Grand Dragon Ball good ranking. LOL. I mean, I know you're fucking with me here. It's funny because most fans that I've talked to, there's a lot of different fans. They all have their own opinions. A lot of people like Dragon Ball more than Z. Like, a lot of the really hardcore fans like Dragon Ball more than Z. And you know what? I feel like if you watch... No, I do not eat ass, Eduardo. I feel like if you... I don't. That's Barack Obama's job. I feel like if you watch Dragon Ball in Japanese, start to finish, I feel like you will probably like Dragon Ball more, I think. If you watch it in Japanese, just start to finish, like Dragon Ball to Z, I think you will like Dragon Ball more. You're probably going to feel the way I feel, which is you're going to be more familiar with Z. You're going to be obviously more connected with Z if you grew up with that first. And you're going to, of course, enjoy the great moments in Dragon Ball Z. But I think as an overall story, you could have legitimately ended Dragon Ball with Goku getting married. And that would have been a perfect way to end the series. Like, that's it. Boom. It's a wrap. He beats Piccolo, chooses not to kill him. He's a changed man. He's become better. He got married. That's a great ending. I think it's a great ending. Honestly, I think it's a better ending than the Z ending, in my opinion. Maybe not. I mean, I think it's better than GT ending also. You know, I think so. I really believe so. I encourage everybody out there to read the manga. Yes, I do love Doritos. I'm able to catch some questions here. I encourage everybody to go out there and read the manga or at least watch Dragon Ball in Japanese. Trust me, you'll have a good time. I promise you. What if Frieza wins the tournament? Well, like I said, I have a theory coming up, Ruby King, about... not a theory, a video discussion coming up. Very soon I'm going to be recording it with Nitori about all these different theories she has about Frieza's role, because there could be something bigger. No, I have not finished Hunter x Hunter yet. That I have not done. Nervous One, do you find it weird that Frieza did show up in this episode at all? I thought he'd be reacting to Kale. Well, the thing is, I say again, not for you, but for others I've talked to about this, they're not going to show every character in every episode, because I think Frieza will have a role to play later. I think Topo will have a role to play later. I think 17 Gohan will have a role to play later. Remember, yes, I did grow up in the Spanish version of Dragon Ball Z. Yes, I have. I talked about it many times. I love that version. Love that dub. Later, there's going to be a lot more stuff happening. A lot more stuff, so we have to be patient. If we don't see a character in one episode, doesn't mean they're not going to do something later. I think Gohan will have his own episode, Frieza. I think this tournament is going to be like 25 solid episodes of fighting. I really think so. Maybe I'm wrong. I really think so. Dragon Ball Z style. Long as hell. Maybe not that long, but we'll see. Rodney Rosario, do you think Jiren may be eliminated by someone standing in front of a blast that Jiren shoots and land thereby disintegrate into death? And then get a drink here. Sip of tea for the working man. I mean, you're talking about Jiren getting thrown out by disqualification. That's going to piss people off. That's going to piss people off if they do that. I'm not saying they won't or will do it. I'm saying it's kind of a bad thing. Yes, I am Latino Hispanic. For those who don't know, I am of Cuban descent. I was actually born there. Came over here when I was like 6 months old. Yo hablo español también. I don't always speak Spanish. I could do Spanish Dragon Ball videos, but the CPM in Latin America is hard. It's not very good. I don't have the kind of time to do it. But Latin America is a huge market for Dragon Ball. Spanish people love Dragon Ball. So yes, I am Hispanic, for those who did not know. But I'm light-skinned Hispanic, even though I have black, like African ethnicity. I have all kinds of stuff inside me, bro. There's a quote. Gary Gould, do you think they're setting up an 1817 versus Frost and Frieza at all, but plot by Frieza setup? I always wanted to see the androids fight Frieza. I always wanted to see that. Especially now, with the power-ups, how they're both kind of closer in power. So yeah, I would like to see that, actually. I would. I don't think Frieza can take on 17-18 combined, though. I don't see that happening at all. Nope. I don't think he stands a chance to beat them. I really don't. So, yeah. Let's see. So I have another question for you guys. All right. This is a yes or no question. Let me know what you think. I just want you guys to type yes or no in the comments. All right. Well, actually, let me get to Brad's thing here. The writers made a time limit for a reason. You think it's gonna happen if there's multiple universes still when time is up? Well, I think they explained that they survive. So if like 3 universes are still standing, they will survive, but they might do sudden death. We'll see. Yeah, there's the quote. Anyways, here is the question for the chat. All right. Vegeta has sat out the majority of this arc. He had a baby. We haven't seen him training that hard. Do you think that true Golden Frieza has surpassed Vegeta? Now, do you believe that true Golden Frieza has surpassed Vegeta? Yes or no? Leave them in there. We're getting a lot, man. This is very divided. Man, I want to bring the Dragon Ball Alfredo, you kill me every time. I want to bring the Dragon Ball community together, but very few of them ever get along and agree. As long as we respect each other, man, we're good. Okay. Thank you for your kind words. Danny D is in here. Holy shit. Old school YouTuber. I'm going to talk about him in a minute. Lots of no's here. No, 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 no. Yes, yes, no, no, no. I'll tell you about Danny D's world. Or Danny Dement. Something like Damien Demento from fucking Monday Night Raw. All right, so most people are saying that they don't believe, lots of no's, they don't believe that Frieza surpassed Vegeta. I think he has. But, I don't know. But I think he has. I think he has. Okay. Yeah, Danny D, when I first started doing YouTube, yo, like 2 years ago, a lot of people would tell me about this Danny Dement guy. I got to meet this guy, Zom, who's a pretty good friend of mine, and he knows about Danny Dement, and they're actually friends. And actually, Future Gohan, I think, knows him too. But Danny Dement, so many people hit me up about Danny Dement, dude. They were like, man, this guy's like you, bro. He's like you. I'm like, what do you mean he's like me? He's smart. I'm like, well, thanks. I'm not that smart, but whatever. They were like, oh, man, this guy's a hardcore fan. And I just got to, you know, tweet with him back and forth or whatever. I wouldn't mind bringing him on the channel because so many people have requested that 2 years ago. He's one of those guys, like Danny Dement is one of those guys from the previous era Dragon Ball YouTubers. Like, you know, there was a lot of trash. Let's be real. There's a lot of trash YouTubers. I'm not going to name no names, but you know who I'm talking about. But then there's also the ones that have been around that have put out good shit. And Danny did put out good shit. Same thing with Black and Fist, who we all miss dearly. You know, he's been around forever. And I actually miss some of these guys. Like ZZ Toasty. Like, I miss these guys. Like, there's a weird nostalgia. The other day, I turned on a ZZ Toasty video. Right? And I'm like, wow, like, I miss this dude because Toasty has such a great personality. So funny. Like, at that era, like, I think things might be better now, but that era was so, you know, it's a different era, man. There's guys from that era that I miss, you know, that they are pretty cool. Yes, Dino and I are cool, bro. Relax. Let me explain to y'all something about, like, Dino's cool with me, bro. Look, let me explain to you something about, like, people on the internet. Like, look, when it comes to, like, fights and shit, friends fight all the time. It doesn't mean anything. The grown-ass men aren't going to beef on the internet, bro. Now, somebody's saying do a collab with SS Goshen 4. I love Goshen. I haven't talked to her in a lot. Well, no, let me take that back. I texted her a few weeks ago. Thank you, by the way, Hernan. I texted her a few weeks ago. Yeah, Goshen's old school. Goshen is old school, man. Tremendous collection. Tremendous, you know. Merc A says, do you miss that dude or you miss that dick? I never got fucked by Toasty, bro, so I don't know if I miss his dick. You can't miss something you never had, bro. Storm Pal. That's another name from the past. You know, he went away. I do miss that era. I really do. I feel like back then it was much more about putting out genuine content than making money. I do miss that era a lot. Great question here by Eddie Gonzalez. Would Mystic Ultimate Gohan be able to be equal or more powerful than Kale? I don't know. Actually, I think Gohan might be a little bit stronger than Kale. I think she might be a little bit stronger because, remember, it did take Kaioken Blue to defeat Gohan. And I know people are like, oh, no, that's what it took. So from my eyes, that's what it looks. Francisco says, collab with Comic Explain the Future. I love Rob to death. I actually wanted to do a video with Rob. I never pitched it to him, though. I don't think he's watching tonight, but I wanted to do a video about the history of Power Rangers and Marvel Comics. There's a whole history there of like the Japanese Spider-Man. There's a whole story about Battle Fever J. If you're a fan of Sentai and shit, S. Storm, he's more of a Naruto guy. You know, if you're more of one of those people, like you know what I'm talking about. If you're a Sentai guy, whole history there that I never got around to doing. Maybe we'll do it one day. What happened to Black and Fist? He's around. He doesn't do videos anymore. Yes, I know that Toasty edits for Kagi. I know. I miss him. No, what do you call it? Dude, what do you think of Super Mecha Frieza? I just found her recently and I like her, bro. But you know that already, bro. I told you that already. Anyways, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought completely. Holy shit, completely lost my train of thought. Have you watched Saint Seiya? Not much of it. Danny D's, thank you for the shout out. Yeah, of course, bro. Old school Dragon Ball. What happened to the Dragon Ball Absalom video? Oh, dude, whoa, like, okay, that takes me back. I know how to answer that question from Ruby King. Okay, Ruby King's asking about Dragon Ball Epsilon. So, let me explain. Because a lot of new subscribers, yes, I do watch Angry Video Game Nerd. I love him. New subscribers, yes, Stephen Mason, there is a problem with 2 Omni Kings. Could be weird. Okay. So, a long time ago, I said I was going to do a video series where I was going to do Dragon Ball fan projects. I was going to cover Absalom. I was going to cover Team 4-Star Dragon Ball Z Abridged. I was going to cover Mega Man 33570's Budoten. I can never say it right. I never got around to it. I just never got around to it. And I kind of feel bad about it. There's too much stuff on my plate right now. So, I never got around to it. I can't pronounce your name, bro. Zihar's collab with Swag Kage. I would not mind. He does more Naruto explain stuff, but I think he would be a good fit for the channel. I think he hit me up once about doing a Naruto collab, but I think I have to watch more Naruto, right? A couple questions here. When are we going to make a video about who's Universe 7's hit? I don't know if there is a hit. Can you do some Dokkan videos? I actually recorded some Dokkan videos last week, and I never uploaded them, and I probably won't. I didn't get SS4 Goku or Vegeta. Spoiler. And I spent like 200 stones on it. So, yeah. How late is it in my country? 2:20 a.m. It's the middle of the night right now, yo. How does Kale beat a Super Saiyan God? Well, Frieza did. I mean, come on, bro. Like, are you still watching Naruto? I have to get back into it. I never got to finish Naruto. Do you think Caulifla will reach Super Saiyan 3? I don't know. I don't know. Thank you, Anime Lover, for your support. It means a lot to me. This guy, Big Bob's asking me if Goku can use his transmission. Oh, I mean, come on, bro. Like, what kind of question is that? Do you think Gohan is the most beloved Dragon Ball character amongst the fans? Him and Goku. I think so. And Vegeta. Whoa, chat's going by really fast. What if the Grand Priest exists in multiple universes, timeline, same time has knowledge of each timeline? Well, that would make him pretty dangerous, and that would, again, go to the theory that, you know... You got any new spoilers? If I do, they'll be on the channel, bro. Yes, I do live in Florida. You should watch My Hero Academia. Dude, you know how many people have wanted me to watch My Hero? I mean, dude... There's a lot on my plate, man. I gotta finish Breaking Bad. I only watched 1 season of Breaking Bad, dude. And somehow I've been able to avoid spoilers. I don't know. It's crazy. Gary Gould says, no, Vegeta's stronger, true golden than Frieza. Sorry, I meant Frieza does the heel turn on Frost. He's only out for himself. I do think Frieza will eventually do the heel turn on Frost. I don't think that making Frost the baby face is going to be a good idea long term, but it's for the tournament, and I don't think he's coming back later. Thank you, Black and White Records. Angel Fire. Honestly, Blue Kaioken being used to be Ultimate Gohan doesn't bug me. I do think Gohan is just that strong. Geek, think of the amazing work. It didn't bug me. I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool because Gohan went back to his roots again. We never saw Gohan's limits in Dragon Ball. We never did. So, do you think Vegeta will wish for Planet Vegeta? No. I've covered that 1,000 times. It's never going to happen. Power Blower. You going to play the new DBS card game when it comes out on the 28th? That's card ass, and I think I will. I think that I will play it. So, Hunter x Hunter is trash. I've been told differently, bro. All right. Somebody's asking me for a face reveal at 300K. Okay, let's talk about the face reveal. So I've already revealed my face before, but let's talk about this real quick. So I can't announce it yet, but there's gonna be something big coming up soon, where I'm not only gonna reveal my face, I'm gonna reveal everything. You're gonna get to meet me actually if you go to where I'm going. So there's gonna be something beyond the face reveal. Now, as far as 300,000 subs go, what am I doing for that? I have no idea. I might show off my collection and show some Dragon Ball rarities. I think that might be cool for people, you know. Have you seen Seven Deadly Sins? If not, you might see it in the future. I don't think I have seen it. Is that an anime or a movie? Fill me in, please. Rose Goku Black. If Caulifla reaches Super Saiyan 3, when do you think it'll happen? Probably after the tournament. I don't think so. Geekdom is Golden Frieza with glasses. Yeah. No, there's some good stuff coming up. I promise you, folks. I promise you, there's a lot of very interesting things coming down Dragon Ball. There's things I can't talk about, excuse me, in the future of Dragon Ball that are going to be massive. Diego, do you think Caulifla will go SS3? I just answered that, yeah. Human, can you tell people to stop saying Caulifla and Wiz will refuse to make Wiz Caulifla? I can't stop people from making memes, brother. I can't. But no, back to what I was talking about. There's some big things coming up in the future of Dragon Ball. I mean, big, that we can't talk about yet. And I'm not even talking about Super. I'm talking about overall Dragon Ball. You know, in the gaming world, in the anime world, there's all kinds of rumors flying around about things, and you know. But until we get like further confirmation, I don't want to do a video and then get burned. You know what I'm saying? I know you feel me on that one. So we'll see. Did your inner child come out in this episode? I mean, I don't know, but okay, the thing I loved about the episode was the throwback to the Broly movies. Like, I actually really like it when Dragon Ball Super does a throwback to old classic Dragon Ball. I always like that. Maybe it's nostalgia. It could be. I don't know. But I always like when they do that. I don't think the entire series should be like that. It should not be just nostalgia, and it won't last. But somebody's trolling the Cavs right now. Kyrie Irving wants to leave the Cavs, dude. Like, I'm confused. Like, is Kyrie Irving upset because they're bringing in Rose? Like, what's happening here? No, I don't think Mira and Toa will be in Dragon Ball Super. Mira and Toa are going to stay in the game world. Rapture of Sion, do you think Gohan will reach a new level of power during the tournament? Also, a huge thank you for your videos. It's been a long time family learning things. Keep pushing forward, brother. Thank you so much. I mean, there's a lot of videos I haven't done yet. A lot of informational videos I haven't done yet that I have in the back of my mind. I have a video coming up about Vegeta. I've been teasing it on Facebook, and it's done. I just got to pick a right time to upload it, which is going to be great because it's going to be like... It's going to be great because it's going to be about Vegeta being the prince and kind of a deep psychoanalysis of the character. I'm very proud of this video. It's just a matter of, you know, getting it out. You got to pick the right time. Brad says, I'm an OG DBZ fan, but never got into the anime besides a little bit of AOT, which is Attack on Titan. Can you recommend another anime for me that's similar to Dragon Ball Z? I'm not a huge guy to watch anime, but Connor McLeod is trolling right now. That's funny. I already answered that question earlier, Diego. I said she will, but later on. Other anime similar to Dragon Ball. Well, you have to watch Yu Yu Hakusho. If you like Yu Yu Hakusho, leave me a message right now and tell me that you like Yu Yu Hakusho, because I love Yu Yu Hakusho. You gotta tell me. You gotta love that one, right? Gotta see that. Must see Yu Yu Hakusho. Like that's probably my second favorite ever. There's that one. I like Ranma. Very underrated. If you like Yu Yu Hakusho, right, you'll like Ranma. I promise. It's so good. Is the Dragon Ball manga or the anime better? It depends. It depends on what arc or whatever. Also, G Gundam. I haven't seen it yet, but I heard that's like Dragon Ball. You gotta watch that. Hunter x Hunter has like that, more of a Dragon Ball kind of adventurous tone to it. And of course there's Naruto, but I haven't seen enough Naruto yet to tell you that, to recommend it, you know. Yu Yu Hakusho's my shit though. Like, dude, if they bring back Yu Yu Hakusho, with just one movie. I'm not saying they got to bring back the entire show or have Togashi write a whole manga. Just have them write a synopsis. Let the animators take care of it. That would be the biggest thing. That would be the biggest thing, dude. Do you think Vegeta will defeat Hit? Seems during his training room, spare time, how to shatter pocket dimensions. I would think if Goku can do it, Vegeta should be able to as well. And I do think that Vegeta eliminating Hit would be a good throwback to the last arc. How big of a part do you think the still unknown characters in the tournament will play? Probably not that big, except for maybe one or two. Cody Rose, not Rhodes. Hi, you're awesome. Vegeta and 18 are my favorites. Well, then you must have loved their fight back in DBZ when she broke his arm. Do I like Steven Universe? I've never watched Steven Universe. I've heard good things, though. It sounds like a cartoon I would like when I was a kid. And I probably still would like it. They're bringing back Rocko's Modern Life, man. That's cool. You know? Do you think Super Saiyan Blue's watered down? No, it was never that strong to begin with. Remember, Super Saiyan Blue lost to Golden Frieza, bro. It was never meant to be that super strong, unbeatable form. Remember, every form gets beat. Super Saiyan 1 got beat. 2 got beat. 3 got beat. 4 even got beat by Omega Shenron GT. Daniel Doss, more likely to fight Topo, Frieza or Vegeta. Likely to put over Jiren, Frieza or Hit. What is this, wrestling, bro? Are Frieza and Hit politicking in the back? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I've never seen it before. I've heard good things, though. Yeah, Ranma 1/2 is great. And when I said to bring back Yu Yu Hakusho, I don't mean, again, just the movie. I don't think they should bring back the series. I just think it's funny right now that somebody's bringing up, like, who's going to put over Jiren, Frieza, or Hit. Like, they're in the back politicking or some shit, like wrestling. I think that they both might, actually, the way this is going. Juan Carlos says, make a video of finding out where Universe 67's Hit is. I can't really make a video on that, man, Juan Carlos, bro, because Juan Carlos Aguilar, I wonder what ethnicity you are. No, I really can't, because there's not enough information. Like, there's no hints that he exists. You know, there needs to be at least a little bit of a hint. A little tiny bit of a hint. The only hint we have is that there's Metal Men in Universe 7. I mean, making a video about the Metal Men of Universe 7 will hold more weight than doing a Hit one. I'm having a good time tonight, by the way, folks. Why the stream's going long, I'm having a good time. If Frieza won this tournament, do you think he'd wish himself back as a god above the Zenos? Again, we're discussing that. Well, you might have missed this part of the stream. So, those of you who have been here since the beginning, yeah, we're discussing that very soon on the channel about Frieza's role in the tournament. Because the whole idea of Frieza wishing himself to be as a god above Zeno, that depends on the power of a Super Dragon Balls. So, all right, we got a Spanish, Rodney Rosario sending me a Spanish super chat here. 300K subs has got to be tea. Give some insight. ¿Qué sabor te tomas ahorita? Ahorita. I drink green tea. It's good for my voice. I went to a doctor's Friday. This is going to be a little gross, but it's a little look at the person. Because I had like this like earache, right? So I went to the doctor, and this is like a throat and ear specialist. And the dude legit pulled a piece of wax out of my ear. So those of you out there who use Q-tips to clean your ears out, stop doing that. Don't stick the Q-tip in your ear hole. Like, do it outside. Because what happens is you're packing wax into your eardrum. So I went to this doctor, right? And he pulled out, I swear to you, it was a chunk, like a chocolate chip sized piece of wax that had been calcified and stuck in my ear for years. I'm not even fucking with you. I was shocked. Maybe I'll I wanted to put the picture on Twitter, but I feel that's too gross. I was shocked, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, a big piece of a chunk of wax. It was so gross. So freaking disgusting. You know. Does that mean that if I drink green tea, I can talk like you? I don't know. But no, I guess that was clogging me or something, man. You know? I guess. Anyway, do you think Black Goku should make a return in the series? They never showed his limit. He's done. I don't think so. Yes, TMI. No, dude, like, I'm serious. Like, if you have a Q-tip at home, do not stick it in your ear. He told me wax comes out naturally. Let it come out. Clean the outside, not the inside, bros. It was gross. I'm going to gross you out. I've been watching Dragon Ball since '94. Before a lot of people. So no, I don't think Goku Blast coming back. I don't think so. Have you ever watched Death Note? I have not, and that's considered by many to be the greatest anime of all time. Look, here's the thing, folks. Yu Yu Hakusho's not really that gory, no. Here's the thing about. Hold on, let me read that Spanish guy. Geek crees que la gente que no se muestra en el torneo tiene algo que ver con el hidden agenda. Get out of here, bro. You talking about the hidden agenda, bro? Now we got people freaking sending me Spanish shit. My Spanish is not as good as my English, even though it was my first language. It's just not. No, but yeah, like I said, don't stick the Q-tips in there, bro, because wax comes out by itself. I don't know why I keep going back to the damn wax, bro. Hey, yo, wax. How do you think Beerus would react if Champa got erased? That is a great question. Now, that is a great question, because the idea of Champa getting erased, I do think that it would be totally like, I think he would be pissed, bro. I think he would be very upset. I think he would be very, very upset. I really do think that. Have you ever watched Game of Thrones? I have not. There's a lot of stuff I haven't watched. This is what I was going to tell you guys. I have not watched Attack on Titan either. I stopped watching anime for like 10 years. Like there was I'm going to call it the Dark Ages. From like 2003 to like 2012, like 10 years almost. I stopped watching anime, man. I just kind of stuck with Dragon Ball and Rurouni Kenshin, a few others. I just stopped because I just kind of watched other stuff. So all this anime that came out during that time, which is when most of you probably started watching anime, I never got to see. So I never got to see Naruto. I never got to see One Piece. I never got to see all that stuff. I just never got to see it. I was never really a big anime fan. Excuse me. I was more of a fan of animation, meaning Japanese, American, whatever. I like X-Men. I like Batman. I like Spider-Man. I like American cartoons and Japanese cartoons. You know what I mean? I like both. So I was never really a fan of anime. I was a fan of just everything, you know. So I could never do it like Forever World does, you know, because I can't keep up with like One Piece, Naruto, Fairy Tail. I just can't. I actually, if I really wanted to, I probably could. It's a lot of stuff to pick up on, you know. What do you think the Angels plan would be if they actually had one? Well, I did several videos on that one, bro. So, hola Dani, tienes novia? Tengo esposa. And you know that already, bro. Cloud Nation, you know that. Do you think that Kale would be able to control her berserker if she transforms again in the Tournament of Power? Yes, not in the Tournament of Power, though. Later on. What do you think of Vegeta saying Kale's transformation is the true Saiyan form? Like I said, man, it's just them throwing a little joke about Broly without actually saying legendary. That's all it is. Yes, Ninja Scroll. Somebody brought up Ninja Scroll. That is a great, great movie. Only watch that if you're over 18. If you've seen Ninja Scroll, you know why. See, back in the day, the anime, bro, like, anime back then with manga entertainment and, what do you call it? Viz was around back then. Pioneer. I miss those days. Like, you had Black Magic M66. You had... Oh, man, you had Ghost in the Shell, the original anime movie, just good stuff. What was the relationship between Bardock and Raditz? We don't really know. We really don't know. We don't ever see them interacting, ever. So we don't know. There's just no... It would all be speculation. Do you think Goku's new form is Kaioken Mastery? Maybe. Just some of these questions I don't know. Like, I can't give you a straight answer. Maybe. It could be that, or it could be a higher God form. I remember one person. All right, let me again, I'm going to get you guys' thoughts. Give me a yes or no answer in the chat. One person told me, it might have been MJ, I forget, that they believe that the Omni Kings are going to possess Goku, power him up to fight the other Omni King. In other words, Goku will absorb the Omni King's power. So, what I want to hear from you is, do you like this idea, or is it too much? Let me know. Let me know for real. Somebody talking about Brock Lesnar and Dragon Ball Super. Bloody Milkshake. If you could make a wish to Super Dragon Balls, what would it be? Probably to cure cancer. Honestly. And cure depression. Favorite movie excluding anime? My favorite movie of all time is Pulp Fiction. Hold on a minute, bro. Oh, I saw some. ¿Cuántos años tienes, puto? All right, people are saying no, this is not a good idea. Yes, oh man, dude, the Dragon Ball fandom, bro, is so like split sometimes. No, 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 yes, 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 no, 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 yes, 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 no, too much. I think it is too much. Goku getting that strong, like, I don't know, that has to be the end of Super if they do that. Nah, screw that idea. You ever watch Flapjack? No, but I flapjacked last night to Pornhub. I don't know what that means. Are you cool with Forever World? Yes, I am cool with Forever World. Forever World and I started off on the wrong foot, but I am cool with Forever World. Any movie similar to Ninja Scroll? Oh, man. There's one called Wicked City. It was anime. There's also a Ninja Scroll TV show I never got into. Oh, man, there's so many questions, dude. Thank you for the kind words, by the way. We hit 300K. I have not seen War of Planet of the Apes. I haven't even seen the second one yet, Dawn of Planet of the Apes, so I don't want to see that one yet. So I'm just letting you know here. Okay, we got some super chats here. We did hit 300,000. Thank you guys so much for that. It's crazy. Let's answer some of these super chats here. Movies similar to Ninja Scroll. Yeah, Wicked City's one. There's not many. You know, you got to watch Evangelion too. Okay, we got some hip-hop questions. All right. Okay. Black and white records. 80s, 90s hip-hop versus 2000 to current. 90s WWE current. And do you think some of the Angels turn against the Grand Priest? Okay. Let's do one at a time here. 80s to 90s hip-hop versus 2000 to current. I feel like in the 2000s, we had better lyricists. If you're asking about my thoughts on Spider-Man Homecoming, go subscribe to World of Geek to my second channel. All the movie stuff is on there. Okay. So I feel like lyrically, the dudes in the 90s and 80s are better. I'm sorry, are good. But I think in the 2000s, we had some real good lyrical guys. So I can't compare, but I do think 2000s, even though the popularity of hip-hop did wane, I think that did wane as in go down, not Lil Wayne. I think 2000s had better lyricists, but it wasn't as big as it was in the 90s. Let's see here. The other question is 90s WWE versus current. Well, 90s WWE has like different eras, bro. Attitude Era was more fun, but it was also kind of shitty when it came to finishes and wrestling, like actual wrestling, but it was more fun and you had guys who were over. So there's that. And current is so damn boring, though. You know, that's the problem. So it's a catch-22. Do you think some of the Angels will turn against the Grand Priest? I think the big one's going to be Whis. What will Whis do? Do you still talk to Anime Live Reactions? Yes. We talked like 2 days ago. I ain't got beef with nobody, bro. Come on. Sue Fresh. Vid ID the tournament. SS Blue never happens. I need more information, bro. Brad, I feel the DBS English dub is so soft and kiddie I can't even watch it. What's your take on the dub? I actually stopped watching the dub, the English dub. I stopped watching it, like, with episode, like, 14. Not because I hate it. I just never had time. So I'm missing all the Chris Air stuff, but I don't really like Resurrection F that much, that arc. I didn't know it was kiddie. I thought it was a better adaptation. You know? Thank you, Chad San, for your 3,000 yen. I have no idea what that is in U.S. currency, but thanks. I saw 3,000 there, and I was like, what? And then I saw it was yen. I was like, oh, okay. Oh, Pouty Muffin. I know you. The guy who sounds like Hujio. Will Krillin get a chance to shine again after what happened? I feel like this build-up didn't amount to much, and I'd like to see more. I don't think he's going to shine again in this arc. I think that might be it for Krillin. I'm going to be real with you. Like, I'm going to be very real. Like, I think that might be it for him. I don't think we're going to see Krillin again. I don't think we're going to see Krillin again for a while. Somebody asked me, do I talk with Joey? There's like 5 dudes named Joey. So I don't know who you're... If you're talking about Expert Games, yeah, I talk to him once in a while on Twitter DM. Not really like on Skype or anything. And then Eternal Ascension, same thing like Twitter, you know. I talked to Expert Games like a month ago, I think. I think it was a month ago. On Twitter DM. Yub do. Watch Gantz if you want a good dark movie. I've heard about Gantz, actually. What if Cell came back to Super? What do you think he would do? Talk shit, be cocky. I don't know. I mean, I understand people want him back. I don't know if he's a popular enough character to bring back. But, I mean, I don't know. Frieza was brought back for money. So, that's really the main thing here. Yes, thank you so much for your donation. It means a lot to me, seriously. And we're going to keep this party going tonight. 300,000 subscribers. We're having a good time tonight. Bro, Ton, if you ask me one more time about Spider-Man Homecoming, I'm banning you, bro. Go to World of Geekdom. That's where I have my movie reviews. One more time, you're getting banned, bro. Last fucking warning. Please do not ask the same question over and over again, all right? Like, or at least not so frequently. Wait a little bit. Wait a little bit, then ask me. You know what I mean? Please. Okay, anyways, just because, like, I see your questions, can't get to it all, you know? I can't get to everything. Speaking of Krillin, what's next? Divorce from Rodney Rosette. Come on, bro. I don't know about that. I think he showed himself to be a man. No, I do not have kids. Jasmine Coleman, thank you for your kind donation. Somebody asked me to read Schnitzel. All right, I can read that. If you want movie reviews, go to World of Geekdom. Yes, I talked to Laffy. I mean, we actually already recorded a video the other day. You know, we recorded a video the other day. I talked to everybody, dude. Except the guys who I don't talk to. Because I don't know them. So. Urutora TK. Hey, Geekdom, love your channel. You've helped me through some tough shit. Well, that means a lot to me, bro. Trust me. More than Dragon Ball. Who would you fuse with in OG Dragon Ball Z or Super? Much love from Australia. I would fuse with Bulma and spend all day touching myself and swimming in my riches. That's about it. Thank you, Cookie, for saying I sounded hot. Do you own the Dragon boxes? Yes, I own the English Dragon boxes, the American ones, not the Japanese ones, the ones that Funimation put out. Do you think Zalama's still alive? We discussed that earlier in the stream, so when the archive comes up, rewind it and you'll get to hear it. Do you think Universe 10 Monk SSB level? People are saying he is. I don't think so. I didn't see why he would be. Have you tried Detective Conan or Hajime no Ippo? Again, two shows I've heard so much about that I haven't gotten around to seeing. Who in the Dragon Ball universe do you think could lay down the best bars? My money is on King Yama because he kills it. Either him or Master Roshi or Nail. For some reason, I always pictured Nail being a good rapper. I don't know why. I don't know why. Undertaker from 94 or 97. Definitely Attitude Era Taker I like more. 94 Taker was a horrible, horrible, horrible guy to watch. He was so boring. He wouldn't sell anything. Chad-san. 3,000 yen is about $30. Thanks for the awesome content. Thank you. Are you in Japan, Chad? I'm presuming you are. Because you... And the fact that people are saying good things... Every time Alfredo puts a reference to Lucha Bros, I pop. I actually like the fact that I have Japanese viewers because they have more credibility than me. You know what I'm saying? Because they're in Japan. So they're saying that the Infinity War trailer leaked. I didn't see that. I heard the Thor trailer's out, but not the Infinity War one. I just heard about what happened. So, do you think any fighters will try to attack Zeno before getting erased? That would be cool. That would be cool. They get wiped out, bro. And get wiped the fuck out, bro. Don't fuck with Zeno, bro. If you want to lay down bars, watch SSA9 Carter. Yes, I like Carter. There's a guy. Okay, Carter's a guy who I haven't talked to that much, who I do like. Love Carter. Somebody about Gohan versus Kale. Yeah, I think it will happen. I addressed it earlier. What the hell? Kale attacked Caulifla before Jiren knocked her off. Well, yeah, she was out of control, bro. I mean, she was crazy. You know? Kale lost control of herself. Have you tried Berserk? No. Well, actually, have I? Maybe I saw the old one. I don't remember. What was the worst experience you had making a video? That's a great question. All right, the worst experience I had making a video is when it happened to me 3 times. And it's completely my fault. There have been 3 videos. the Android 17 video I did the week it came out. It was about Super 17 absorbing Android 16. The canon Star Wars video from 2 years ago, and then another one, I forgot which one it was, where I do the entire video, I record the audio, I edit it, I export it, it's ready to go, it's on my PC, and then my dumbass shift deletes the video. Like, I did that 3 times. And again, because I did it 3 times, I'm just an idiot, because you shouldn't make the same mistake 3 times, but you know, it's like, it was me being stupid. Okay, let's get back to the super chats here. We're going to get a few more of these out of the way here. Black and White Record. Hope everyone's having a good night. Congrats on 300K. Do you think the best trash talker is in Dragon Ball? Frieza at this point. Maybe Beerus. You know what? I think it is Beerus. Roderick Rogers. Do you think the power scaling this episode was crazy in a good way? Sorry, I saw you went live and didn't watch the other vid. It's $10. Well, the power scaling. I think it's crazy in a good way. Yes, because again, I've said it before, Universe 6 Saiyans evolve differently. So the idea of Kale being that strong makes sense to me. I mean, it does make sense. There's worse plot holes than that in Super. There's way worse ones. So, way worse. Who's your favorite YouTuber? Fuck, dude, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't think I have one, honestly. I mean, I watched Angry Video Game Nerd a lot. I like him. My friends that I watch who do Dragon Ball, I like them. I don't know. Like, I have so many. Comics Explained's really good, too. You're the best DBS uploader. What if, this is from Win Sue Fresh, what if Universe 7 gets eliminated and Wishback erases the memories of the events of Super Soul Controversy? Yeah, okay. His theory is that they're gonna wipe away Universe 7, it's gonna get brought back, but then they erase the entire series. I had that idea a long time ago, and I think it would piss people off like crazy, because that means they invested their time into a series that really meant nothing. But it's also one of those things where it would be a great way to kind of fit the series back in. What are some of the most controversial videos you made about Dragon Ball? Well, the most controversial video I've ever made on my channel is the video I made about the Dragon Ball community. What the hell was the video? It was the one where I kept saying small dick. What the fuck was the video called? It got like 1,000 dislikes, which is more than any video I've ever done, and then like 7,000 likes. So people definitely felt that. What the hell was the fucking video, dude? That it was the Dragon Ball community willful ignorance. And I meant every word I said in that video. Maybe I came off like a dick, fine. You know, my bad, but I meant everything I said. Like, I really did. Like, and I'm not talking about you guys. I'm not even talking about, like, that video was not about the commenters. That video was about, like, Facebook people. You know what I mean? Like, just other parts. It wasn't just the commenters. Like, it was people who would, like, not show respect to Herms. And not even me. I don't give a fuck about me. Like, and Mysterio Fusion. Like, come on, bro. Dream match from any wrestler. Kurt Angle versus Daniel Bryan is my dream match right now. Right now. People who are alive. Hey, now, I talked about that earlier. Do you think, Jasmine says, do you think Kale form is the same as going ape? No. No, I don't think it's the same as going ape. I think it's much more than a 10 times multiplier. You know what I'm saying? No, this is not going to be the last arc in Super. Well, it might be if it segues into another arc. Are you making good money being Dragon Ball YouTube commentator, or is there room for more? Your thoughts? I think I'm doing okay. As far as room for more, if you mean room for more money, there's always room for more money. But as far as room for more Dragon Ball people, it's tough to get into doing Dragon Ball YouTubing because the market is saturated. That's actually how it is with everybody. You know, Keemstar, who's a very controversial figure, Keemstar is... He made a tweet recently about he made a tweet recently about how to become a YouTuber, and a lot of the stuff he said was real shit. It is very saturated. It's very hard. You have to come into our community with a very unique perspective. Very unique perspective. Let's get to some super chats here. Chad-san, yeah, bro, I'm in Japan. My question to you is, what's your all-time favorite Dragon Ball episode? Sorry if I missed the answer in a prior video. I've never talked about that, I don't think. My favorite all-time Dragon Ball episode? Bro, that's... Dude, that's so hard. One episode? Let me think. I don't think I have a favorite episode. Sorry, I just don't think because it's a serialized show. New Japan, Lucha Underground. I like both. What was the first hip-hop show you've seen? What was the best one? The first hip-hop show I ever saw was... Oh, dude, it was in 1998. It was Jay-Z, DMX, Redman, and Method Man. That was the first one I ever saw. The best one I ever saw was the what do you call it? The Up in Smoke tour. Because that was when Eminem was at his fucking peak, bro. And you had Dre and Snoop, and I love Up in Smoke tour. That's hip-hop, though. Best concert, without question, is the one I went to last week with Lance, which was the Beatles, which was Paul McCartney. That was the best concert I've ever been to. Hit, Steady, Sense of Disturbance, who was it? I'm guessing it was Kale. I think the Disturbance is Kale. I really believe so. Favorite arc. My favorite arc in all of Dragon Ball. See, that I can answer. Lazy Kage, I got you, bro. Swag Kage, I got you. All right, I heard you. I can see what you're saying, bro. Yes, R.I.P. Chester. So back to what we're talking about. Did I lose my train of thought? Oh yeah, I think it was Kale that. That hit was talking about. And Jemima, top 3 songs off Illmatic. Oh man. All right, my top 3 songs from Illmatic. New York State of Mind, without question. New York State of Mind is one of my favorite hip-hop songs of all time, bro. The World Is Yours. Whose world is this? The world is yours. Mine, it's mine, it's mine. Whose world is this? It's yours. It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Whose world? That's a great fucking song, bro. And then, I don't know, man. Maybe Life's a Bitch. Because, dude, there's a line. Let me share this with y'all. Because maybe you guys never heard this album. Y'all got to listen to Illmatic, bro. There's a line in Life's a Bitch, bro, that's so amazing. Where AZ and Nas are rapping. And AZ says some shit like... He's like... That buck that bought a bottle could have struck the lotto. Like, that's deep, man. That's deep. Deep. Think about that for a minute. Think about that. Roderick Rogers, do you think they'll change the ending slightly for DBZ? They get rid of Beerus and Weiss. This is $5. You don't have to tell me how much it is, bro. It's all good. Thank you. Anything is appreciated. I don't think they're going to change it. Okay, slightly, yes. Yes. I don't think they're going to change what happens, though. Chad-san, that's an extra answer I expected. Staying hyped for this current arc. Let me ask you a question, Chad, if you don't mind. Chad, how is Super being received in Japan? Is it popular? Are people talking about it? Is it a nostalgia thing? Is it grown people? Is it kids? Please tell me. Like, please tell me. Oh, Wesley's quoting Illmatic, bro. Yeah, you have to listen to that album, bro. Yes, I am going to put this up as a video. Tell me how it's being perceived in Japan, if you don't mind, bro. I'm very curious of this. DBZ Mackie, I love you. I always appreciate your support, bro, more than you could ever imagine. Trust me. Did Jay-Z really get renegaded by Eminem on Renegade? I mean, Eminem, the thing is, that verse is older than that song. The original song was Royce the 5'9". Favorite song on Slim Shady LP? Dun, 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 dun. Definitely Role Model. Dun, 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 dun. That's a classic, man. I want to do a stream talking about just hip-hop, bro. Like, I love Dragon Ball, but old school hip-hop, you know, I could talk about that all day, man. Just memories, and it would just be us fanboying out. Get some sleep. Episode 100 got you up. Man, I slept earlier, bro. I sleep all weird now. Big L, Big Pun, or Biggie? How about all of them, bro? I like all those guys legit, and they all died like within a couple years of each other. It's really sad. Really, really sad. Do you like Wu-Tang Clan? I love fucking Wu-Tang, bro. Especially fucking the old shit. Raw, I'm gonna give it to you. Like old trivia. Raw like cocaine straight from Bolivia. That's my shit right there, bro. Don't even get me started on fuck. See, you're putting a big smile on my face. I love Dragon Ball, but I like hip-hop a lot, bro. Oh, you're mentioning Esham, bro. Esham was that acid rap shit. No, I love Wu-Tang, bro. Fucking... I grew up a fucking screw up, bro. Like, there's so much good shit from that era, bro. METHOD, man. I actually think grew up and screw up was a different. I don't remember. It's been so long. Gowasu goes 1,000 years in the future and universe is still there. Well, that was before it got wiped away. Plus, they made a different timeline. Remember that. They did make a different timeline. Have you came to Argentina? No, I've never been to Argentina. I've never been to South America at all. Maybe Goku's blue was weaker because he already went with Vegeta Universe. No, it wasn't. Goku is suppressing his power, and Kale is very strong. Do not... I'm going to say it again because some people weren't there at the beginning of the stream. Do not underestimate Kale, and do not overestimate Goku. This stuff happens all the time. I've never heard Chance the Rapper. I've never heard him. The last new rapper that I heard... Oh, Del the Funky Homo Sapien. I love that guy. Deltron 5000, or was it 3000? It's been years. Was my shit. Do you think Goku will get a new transformation as Jiren use a higher level of blue and Kaioken? I think he's going to get a power up, but not a transformation. That's what I think. Okay, so I finally got my answer from Chad. You didn't have to donate to tell me the answer, but it is going to be more noticed to have a different window open for that. It's huge, small, big store sell figures. I'm 45 minutes from Tokyo. People of all ages are digging it hardcore. I watch each episode on cable without subs. Obviously, you don't need to watch the subs, bro. I know you feel me on that. I was going to ask you about New Japan, but that might be too much for this stream. Chad, do me a favor. If you have a Twitter, I want to contact you because I have questions about Japan. Do you fuck with A Tribe Called Quest? Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. My favorite song from A Tribe Called Quest is from Midnight Marauders. Oh, what the fuck was it? Well, there's a lot of there's a lot of songs I like from Tribe Called Quest. My favorite, without question, is Electric Relaxation. That's my favorite. Have you ever watched Dilbert? Oh God, forever. Andre 3000. I love Andre 3000, bro. I love all of Outkast. Fuck, I love Outkast, bro. Outkast. Listen, AT Aliens is essential hip hop. Like, you gotta listen to that shit. It's crucial hip hop. Let me get the super chat here. Hang on, I got a bunch of windows open. Favorite saga? I think I said Piccolo. Oh, you're right. I did forget. The 23rd Budokai is my favorite. Yes, I like Big Pun. The newest rapper I heard, what the hell was his name, bro? I forgot his fucking name, bro. He ain't even that new. 2, will Gogeta appear? I don't think Gogeta will appear. Is Caulifla Goku of Universe 6? Childish Gambino. Well, I like his acting a lot. But no, I don't think Caulifla is Goku of Universe 6, but I think she's similar to Goku. What do you think is the penalty for killing? Disqualification. You get DQ'd. I don't think Zeno will kill you if you kill. I don't think it's gonna happen. But you do get disqualified. So there is that. Have you ever went to Connecticut? Yes, I have been to Connecticut. Very expensive, like Mr. Dink would say. What was your childhood toy? Oh, my dick. No. My childhood toy was I played with these turtle toys. That was my shit. Turtle toys was my shit. TMNT 87. Without question. Didn't Kale look pretty hot in this episode? She was kind of cute a couple times here and there. You know, I feel you. I feel you on that one. Mobb Deep, of course, bro. I even put Rest in Peace Prodigy on Twitter. Love Mobb Deep, man. Listen. Mobb Deep, Infamous, and Hell on Earth. classics. Like, get that shit, bro. No, Donald Glover was not Black Spider-Man. Donald Glover was Miles Morales' uncle. Thank you, Mecca, for your kind words. Oh, Sega Jansen. Well, no, when you're asking me about toys, bro, I'm not talking about video games. Hold on, rewind. I'm not talking about video games. I'm talking about toys, actual toys. Video games, obviously, I had a lot, you know. Could Hit become stronger while fighting Jiren like he did with fighting Goku? Yes, I think so. Do you think Kale is the more or less surpass the gods? No. Do you like Kendrick Lamar? He's all right. Hooker, looker, booker. Do you feel bad for Kale? Yes. Until you realize what she can do. Right? Did the yard rat get knocked from the ring? I was told earlier that Caulifla knocked him out, or Kale or whatever. I missed it completely. I have to watch it again. Do you think Gohan will get to the same power as Jiren? They both seem to meditate the same hand. Jack off, bro? Maybe. I don't think so, though. I don't think Gohan's getting that strong. Do you listen to Goody Mob? Love your hip-hop insights, RIP Prodigy. Any other night, you've been out there waiting for me. What's going on? That's the only Goody Mob song I really remember. I think that was Goody Mob. That was Field Mob. Goody Mob, yeah, I've heard Goody Mob. Because I heard... Oh, dude, see, the thing is with hip-hop is unless it's like a personal super favorite, then I don't remember that much. And Goody Mob I liked. Excuse me. But I wasn't a huge, like, super fan. I like Soul Food. The only album I heard from them was Soul Food, and I liked it. So, I was more of a New York hip-hop guy. Like, I was really into, Nas, Biggie. Those are my dudes, you know what I mean? Those are my guys. Ever heard of Atmosphere? Of course, bro. Slug and Ants. Dude, I was hardcore hip-hop, dude. I'm hardcore hip-hop back then. I heard of all those freaking guys. The Definitive Juckies, freaking LP, freaking, Rest in Peace, fucking Idea, fucking, yeah. Do I play Halo? I'm not a big Halo guy. I'm more of a Call of Duty guy. Do you rush your vids? Seems like you're busy and miss some parts of super reviews. No, I don't rush my vids. I miss stuff because I don't think it's important. My reviews are not fucking recaps, bro. They're reviews, dude. I'm not going to cover every single thing. Favorite Cuban food? Rice, beans, and steak. Easily, bro. I grew up on this stuff, bro. I like bacalao, too, bro. If you're Latino, you know what bacalao is. No, I don't think we're ever going to see Bardock again. I don't think so. Do you believe Jiren as the mortal? Maybe. Do you bang cosplay chicks? I never have, actually. I never have. Have I wanted to? Absolutely. Never have. Goku versus Kale deathmatch. I think Goku wins that one. So, anyways, folks, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you for joining the stream. I'm going to close out here. Just remember, if you're having a bad day, tomorrow will be a good day. Don't forget it. And I hope that you all have a great day. And that's going to be it. I mean, that's going to be it for this stream. And I'll be back tomorrow with my breakdown of the next episode. Then we'll go from there. Tons of videos coming up. And, hey, thank you, as always, for your support. It means a lot to me. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great night.